to be fair, they both snapped me like a toothpick. When they, so, whoever I pick, I'm going to get filled in from the other one. So.
Joe presents From the Corner, brought to you by DAZN.
Hello, fight fans, and welcome to From the Corner, the show that ducks and weaves its way through the hottest of boxing topics with me, Swarzy Macaly.
And me, David Alorka. We've got two incredible guests with us today, so let's see who they are.
Let's see. In the red corner this week is a dancer, presenter, and radio host. And
in the blue corner is the new European featherweight champion. Give it up for Jordan Banjo and Jordan Gill!
That is so exciting. But first up, let's take a look at what's on the show this week.
Absolutely. We'll be looking forward to DAZN's big fight night in Nottingham, including the featherweight title clash between Leigh and Michael Conlan.
We'll also be testing the guys in a new game we've created called Wrestling with the Truth.
Plus, we'll be sparking a conversation about a hot topic from the world of boxing before we finish with our trademark headband challenge.
But before we get into it, guys, how are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm great.
This man you need to ask.
Yeah,
I'm in a fight of his life recently, right?
Yeah.
The headache has cleared up. The bruising's on its way out. So, yeah, no worries.
Right, as everyone knows, we've got two Jordans on the sofa. Yeah. So, Jordan Banjo, is it all right if we call you JB?
I'll be honest, no, I've never been that cool in my life. So if right now I can be called JB, I'm signing up for it.
You're actually from a boxing family, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your dad's career.
He was like British champion, and so he got to like a decent level, and then he walked away when my brother was born. But I guess the kind of love of the sport's just kind of always been in the family. But he wouldn't let me box. I think when it comes to boxing, you either got it or you don't. And he made no secrets about telling me to stick to dancing. He was just straight up. He was like, listen, you can punch the pad, but if you want to actually box, forget about it. Sure, let me get your opinion. As a fighter, let me get your opinion. I am a bit of an AJ fanboy, right? Okay, I rate Anthony Joshua. Just a bit, just a smidge. As a Christmas gift, my sister bought me some signed shorts, and then my brother bought me a signed glove. And I stuck them on the wall. And now everyone says I've got a shrine to Anthony Joshua at my house. And I argue it's just sporting memorabilia. So if you had to pick one, shrine or sporting memorabilia, what are you going for?
I don't know, because it's one of them things, innit? It's not like it's just a little picture. AJ Short, he's a big guy.
Yeah,
the
true.
Shorts are going to be like, I could use them as like a duvet.
Yeah, they take up half the wall, won't lie.
They're big shorts. Is it? I'd say it's a shrine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I've got to be honest. I think Gurphy won that fight.
And Jordan, for yourself, how did you get into boxing?
So my dad was a local amateur boxing coach. He was an amateur boxer himself, and he never had the opportunity to turn pro, so he started coaching. So he took me boxing after school, and my mum took me swimming before school just to burn that energy off, and it did make me focus at school. So yeah, bit by bit, by the time I was 11, I'd been in the gym like 6-7 years, and I was ready to have my first amateur fight, yeah.
Well, Jordan, you've been involved in one of the biggest fights of the year, so let's take a look at what happened.
A panic when he was under pressure in the 4th and 5th rounds. Good shot by Gurphy. Quick finish here. Gill covering up on the ropes here, and he's going to have to show something to the referee here. Oh! And Gill hit his head heavily on the canvas there. Gill tries to find a home for those body shots. Last few seconds of the ninth.
Jordan, the Thrill Gill!
Let's hear it in the studio. Yeah,
watching that.
My gosh, but when you watch it, Jordan, it is incredible. But how do you reflect on that night?
It was just a crazy night. But it was a fight that had everything in it. It was back and forth. I won rounds, he won rounds. I got knocked down. There was a DDT. We got to the point where I'd perforated both eardrums. I had no balance. I felt like I was standing up on a canoe. I was using the ropes to hold me up, and I was looking at him, and I was thinking, you're having to push the pace. You're getting tired. I keep slotting in body shots, and I can see him getting frustrated because he's missing. And I was looking at him, and I'm thinking, I'm going to get you. In the 9th round, bang, I thought, wear that one. And, I staggered to the other corner, and it was game over.
After you knocked him out, you walked back to the neutral corner. You even looked back like, yeah, he's done. yeah.
It's over.
It's one of them, when you land it, you know he's not getting up.
Eddie Hearn said that knockout was one of the best things he's ever seen. How does it feel landing a shot that sweet?
It's not like it's a regular occurrence in my career. I'm not a Mike Tyson one-punch knockout man, but, you know, it was so sweet. Not just the punch, but the whole fight experience itself, because it was a fight where everything went wrong for me. You know, when everything's against you, you've still got to find a way to win. And for me to find that way to win and to do it in such, you know, fantastic fashion, that was sweet.
There was an insane moment in your fight against Guerfi. Let's remind ourselves of what happened.
Especially after taking a heavy knockdown like that. And you'll see here, Gill's head crashes against the canvas, which is like taking another
Look at his eyes.
solid shot.
Look at his eyes.
And when
Can you remember that happening? Were you out for a second?
Yeah, I mean, I remember it happening. I remember, you know, the whole weight of my body landing on my head. And one of them Tyson Fury moments, I had to rise from the ashes and get back to it. He knew what he was doing, didn't he?
Yeah, he knew.
Like, he's not dumb.
Yeah.
You know, he headlocked me up and just fell backwards. I was just thinking, I wish I still had my afro, because it would have been a little bit more of a cushion, wouldn't it?
That is actually a famous wrestling move called the DDT, created by the WWE legend Jake the Snake. He saw it, and this is what he had to say to you.
Damn, Jordan. You got up from a DDT. Know this. If I'd done it, you wouldn't have got up. So be grateful it wasn't me. But congratulations, man, on being the European champ, man. You put the time in, you put the work in, and you got your reward. But it's not over, man. You're just getting started.
He said you wouldn't be able to get up if he DDT'd you.
Well, he's old man now, isn't he? He's a legend from what I've seen, and to get a message off him is very cool.
Do you think that a wrestler could beat a boxer in a fight?
In a boxing match, definitely not.
I wasn't a huge wrestling fan growing up. I just knew, the only thing I knew was The Rock. I used to pride myself on being able to do his eyebrow.
That's quite a good eyebrow.
Come on,
man.
Look at that.
The people's eyebrow.
But what's the ultimate goal for you in your career?
You know, the ultimate goal is to become world champion. You know, that's what everybody gets in boxing for, to be the best in the world. And I feel like we're on our way. You know, I've won the Commonwealth, I've won the European, I've won 2 WBA international titles. You know, I've boxed some good fighters. And I feel like now at 27, I'm coming into my prime. I feel like we're ready to take on the world. So, you know, these world title shots are just around the corner.
When can we expect to see you back in action?
Hopefully in the summer. You know, I'll be ready to go July, August time. Looking for a big fight.
Come on.
Come on, we're looking forward to it, absolutely. We need to be there. Right, guys, it's time for a little game, and this one is inspired by Jordan's crazy DDT moment in his recent fight with Karim Guerfi.
That's right. For a second, the bout turned into a WWE fight. So we're going to play a new game called Wrestling with the Truth.
We are indeed, and we're going to give the Jordans some names and some moves from the crazy world of pro wrestling, and all they have to do is tell us if they are real or fake. This should be easy.
Okay, we're going to start with some wrestler names.
Okay.
But are they real or fake?
Okay.
First up, the Big Dick Johnson.
Sorry, one more time?
Yeah, I know. I caught myself off guard there. Big Dick Johnson, JB, real or fake?
This is not my area of expertise.
Yeah, let's go real. Let's
I
go
want it to be real, innit? That's what it is.
I can reveal it is real.
Wow.
Big Dick Johnson is a real wrestler who competed in the WWE throughout the mid-noughties.
Okay.
Yeah,
More
one in the
recent
bag.
than I thought as well.
I know,
More
right?
recent than I thought.
All right, next one. Whoop-ass Willie. Real or fake?
Maybe no.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say no. It seems a
I'd say
bit
no,
too
yeah.
Willy-based.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were going to go no.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
for
no.
no.
As much as I wish it was real, it is indeed made
good,
up.
man.
Oh,
You've actually got this, you know. You've got a good team going on. All right, you've got the last one then. What about beaver cleavage? Real or fake?
We got to go real.
yeah, because I want this one to be
let's
real.
hope it's real.
Please be
Yeah.
real.
Amazingly, beaver cleavage is a real wrestler.
You lot smashed the names. We're going to move into wrestling moves now,
Okay.
right? The first one is called the Crotch Crusher.
The Crotch Crusher.
Yeah.
Real or fake?
Oh, I don't know.
I think we should go real.
Real?
Yeah, go
real
for
it is. Let's
Okay.
go real.
For real.
It is a fake move.
Ah, you're
doing
record,
so
man.
well.
You're doing
We're
so
doing
well.
so well.
And the next one is the stink face.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be real.
Remember that? Do you know who Rikichi is?
Yeah.
That Big Brother.
Yeah,
Rub his
you
boot
did
on
that.
people's
Yeah.
faces.
Only something so ridiculously named to be in WWE.
Yeah, real.
Real?
Yeah.
Well done, you redeemed yourself.
Yes,
It
bro.
is real.
Yeah.
It was
Yes,
a
bro. Yes,
signature
bro.
move of WWF legend Rikishi, where he would press his buttocks
Rikishi.
into an opponent's
You get
face.
a bonus point for the name.
Nice.
as well.
We get a bonus in that. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you got a bonus point and you got 5 points. So well done.
Respectable.
Pretty
Come
good.
on.
Now on this show, we like to discuss some of the current talking points from the world of boxing. And one of the biggest right now is the recently announced fight between Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte that will take place in April at Wembley Arena.
That's right. Jordan, do you think there's any way White could cause an upset?
Definitely. Yeah. You have to make Fury favourite, but why is everybody writing off White? He's a good fighter. He's beat some good fighters. For me, I'd make him underdog, but I feel like that makes him dangerous because, Dillian Whyte's the realest heavyweight at the moment. He says what's on his mind. He'll go in and give it everything. I feel like if he's going to have an effect in the fight, he needs to sharpen his feet up. I think if his feet are sharp, he can cause Fury some problems. And, they might be wrong, but I've heard a lot of sparring rumours. There's some sparring rumours circulating that, he did cause some problems to Fury. So let's see.
I think Dillian Whyte has one of the most ruthless left hooks in the game. He has dropped people that just even I think Joseph Parker, I don't think he's ever been dropped. Apart from that fight with Dillian Whyte when he got caught with that left hook. But Dillian Whyte can do it, man. I've got ratings for Dillian Whyte. I think he's a G. So fingers crossed.
Prominent boxing promoter Sam Jones tweeted the following this week. Tyson Fury has been away for 4 years. The ticket demand shows he's the biggest draw in the country. This is something people want to see.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
Absolutely. And Fury is saying that he may retire after the fight. But do you believe him?
No.
No, I don't
Do
believe
you
him.
believe anything he says? He's one of them guys that you sort of take it with a pinch of salt, whatever he says. He said that you could drop him in the jungle and he will come out wearing a fur coat and a millionaire. So, he's one of them guys. We love him, but come on.
How sad would it be for boxing if we never got to see him fight AJ or Usyk?
Be massively sad. I feel like they're the biggest fights in the division. They're the biggest fights in boxing, really. So, to starve the public of them fights, it'd be disastrous for us. But, it's got to make sense for them. And at the end of the day, it's an individual sport. That fighter has to do what he wants to do and, make himself happy. So if boxing's not making him happy, fair enough, retire, but, it'd make us all happy to see them fight. So,
Do it for us.
Please,
Fury versus AJ, JB. Who are you backing?
That is such a difficult question because I feel like we've seen a few versions. You've seen like this development of AJ's style.
Yeah.
And, he went one way for Ruiz too, then he kind of stepped back a bit for Pulev, and then he kind of went completely the other way for Usyk. It's kind of like, I feel now he seems a bit more settled in terms of this trainer scenario.
Yeah.
He's got his Angel Fernandez now,
right?
right?
Yeah.
That's been confirmed, and he seems to be consolidating things a bit more. Hopefully, we see a bit more consistency. And of course, everyone has different game plans, and you have to fight differently. We lost certain attributes of AJ over the last few fights, whereas with Fury, even though he might switch styles, there's a consistent run to him where you know where he's going with it. So again, I feel like it's a completely 50-50 fight. You're going on paper, just raw looking at paper. You kind of have to favour Fury a bit on the last run. Do you know what I mean? He's fought the biggest puncher 3 times. He's fought a lot of difficult fights and always come out on top.
To be fair, they both snapped me like a toothpick. So, whoever I pick, I'm going to get filled in from the other one. So, you'd have to favour Fury. I'm looking at this fight, I'm thinking, would AJ be Tyson Fury's hardest fight? And would Tyson Fury be AJ's hardest fight? Probably yes. So it's one of them fights where whoever turns up and gets the tactics right, you'd say yes, they're going to win. But if we look at the history of it, Fury wins. He turns up and he wins. He finds a way.
Right, let's turn our attention to DAZN's huge fight night live from Nottingham's Motor Point Arena this weekend, where the WBA featherweight title is on the line.
Leigh Wood makes his first defence of his title on home soil against the unbeaten Irishman Michael Conlan, and tensions have been bubbling over already. Let's see how the fight is looking.
The new featherweight champion of the world, Leigh Wood.
Nottingham's own Leigh Wood gets a chance to defend his world title in front of his people.
Huge right hand. Leigh Wood has the night of his life here. What a victory.
Michael Conlan is one of the best boxers from Ireland.
I believe I can beat him without my power. My will to win, desire to win.
Michael Conlan, he's been widely regarded as a world champion in the weighting.
To become world champion, you must go to the opponent's backyard, beat him in front of his own family.
This is a tremendous fight for both guys.
I believe it's destiny to become world champion.
I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I'm going to go out and do it.
The world featherweight title, live on DAZN, Nottingham Arena.
So Conlan is the bookie's favourite. Leigh Wood's got the hometown advantage. So how do you guys see this one playing out?
But all I ever hear, and you can see, proofs in the pudding, even when he won the title and fought Kanzu, like, he can bang. All I ever hear is power of a light heavyweight, power of this, power of that. And I think as Jordan proved as well, one punch can change a fight. It doesn't matter how slick you are. Just as a bit of a fanboy, I'm hoping Leigh Wood brings it home.
Okay, nice. And Jordan, who are you hoping to bring home the win?
Leigh was my guy. So, yeah, me and Leigh lived together for years, hoping he does what we all know he can do. But, it's a tough fight. I've actually sparred Conlan. I've sparred hundreds of rounds with Leigh, probably with both of them. So, if anyone knows, it's me. And I know how hard this fight is for both men. I think he's going to make Conlan work very hard early. I feel like Conlan isn't as efficient as he makes out. I feel like Leigh is going to put it on him from the start. He's going to have to work very hard to keep up with Leigh Wood. And Leigh maintains that power, that God-given power that he's got for 12 rounds. So late on, he could catch him and it could be game over.
Yeah, for real, man.
Very, very interesting fight. Now, obviously, Wood's been fighting at featherweight for quite some time, but Conlan's just stepped up from super bantamweight. What kind of impact do you think that's going to have on the fight?
It's interesting because, they say Conlan stepped up from super bantam, but if you look at his record, I don't think he's ever actually made super bantam. He said, oh yeah, I'll go down to super bantam, but it was always like 8-12 or 8-12 and a half. And really, that extra 2 pounds makes all the difference. I think he always struggled to make that 8-10. He's a big guy for featherweight, let alone super bantamweight. So I don't think he was ever, going to be a super bantamweight. I think it would have killed him to make that. I feel like he'll be strong and he'll be fit and ready to go at featherweight. And I feel like, he's going to make for a really, really good fight.
We sent the JOE team down to the press conference to catch up with both fighters. And here's what they had to say.
Listen, records don't matter. Ability matters. And I believe I have much more talent and ability than Leigh. And I'll show that on the night.
He is very skillful, fast adjusting. At the same time, he's got a lot of flaws what we can capitalise on.
He's a very, very good fighter. Good boxing ability, good punch. He brings an awful lot to the fight. He's a world champion. He believes in his power so much that that'll be the downfall. When I go and beat Leigh Wood here in his home arena, it makes for an even better story. But I have the ability to take him out, and I have the ability to beat him in points. So I just predict a Michael Conlan win.
Fighting on the undercard this weekend is another one of Belfast's own, the promising middleweight Caoimhín Agyarko. We caught up with him during his training camp to see how his preparations are going.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be back out. Thankful to be out so soon after my last fight. Preparation's been going brilliant. Genuinely, the first camp I think I've had where I've had no complaints with sparring in terms of I'm my biggest critic, so I always look for things where I'm not happy, but I've been sparring very well and preparations have gone well, so I can't complain. Yeah, it was a special moment for me, especially with a lot of Irish fans over. It was an Irish card with Katie on the bill, but it was a very special moment for me, especially only 10 fights in to pick up the WBA International. It meant a lot to me and it was a great achievement for me. The two main things that I've been working on this camp is not loading up on my shots, not kind of going head hunting too early, and the other thing is holding the centre of the ring a bit better. Sometimes I give up ground and be comfortable with just boxing on the back foot whenever I can hold centre of the ring and stuff like that. So there's two main things that I've been working on and they've been working perfect for me in sparring, so I'm looking forward to showing that on the night. Seek and destroy, it's as simple, every single fight. I'll go in there to get the win and do it painfully. I've got this 6 KO streak, 10 wins, 7 knockouts, so I want to keep it going and I can't slip up now, do you know what I mean? I've set my heights very high and I want to become a world champion.
Right, well, he's got a 10-0 record, so just how promising is he, Jordan?
there's a lot to like about him. You know, I've watched Caoimhín for a little while now. You know, he's very exciting. He looks like he can really punch it. I mean, his punch is the obvious thing, but, you know, it's the subtle things that he does to set him up. I feel like Al Smith and, you know, his training team down in London are doing a really good job with him. I'm excited to see him fight. He's an attacking counter-puncher, and I think the guy that's going to go a long way.
Another British fighter on the undercard is the light welterweight Sandy Ryan. She is just 3 fights into her career and is facing Erika Farias. And she has 31 professional fights. So how do you approach a fight once someone with so much experience steps in? Jordan, you must know all about this. You've got tons of experience.
Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard. You know, them guys are coming in with all that experience. You know, Farias, she's lost 5 times, but if you look at her record, it's all in good company. I know Sandy's only had 3 fights. She's going in there. She's got to be sharp. She's got to keep her wits about her. But when you're in there, soak it up, enjoy it, because this woman, she's had however many fights, 30-odd fights. You've got to take that experience from her.
Last weekend, DAZN put on a cracker of a fight night from San Diego that featured both the Nicaraguan legend Chocolatito and the Australian debutante Skye Nicholson. Let's see how they got on.
With some of those overhand lefts.
From Queensland, Australia, Skye Nicholson.
Martinez starting to look a little bit like Ricardo Mayorga saying, punch me in the face. And he's doing it. And he caught again. Look at Chocolatito.
Martinez, who's normally fighting.
Big left hand. Oh, he got caught with the right hand. And the legs are starting to go.
Right on the tip of the chin.
What a performance from Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Still one of the best in the world.
And the new WBC Super Flyweight Diamond Champion, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez.
Another incredibly dominant win from Chocolatito there. Does this potentially earn him another world title shot?
I feel like the world titles for him now at this stage, you know, they're irrelevant. This guy's going down in history. He's up there with the Durans, the Lenners, the Mayweathers. You know, he could go in any era and be a legend. I mean, I put a tweet out saying last week in Fight Week saying Chocolatito is my favourite. And, you know, he just proved why.
Well, let's talk about Skye Nicholson on her debut as well. Convincing win, absolutely amazing. Is she another favourite? Is she another star for women's boxing?
I hope so. I mean, like, I feel like I can't imagine the pressure on the debut of a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the nerves must be like insane. Plus the fact when you're touted as a bit of a prospect and people are backing you from the get-go, you know, the pressure's even more.
Who's your favourite female boxer?
It's hard to say. I feel like you can't look past Katie Taylor. I know she's in a massive fight coming up. So, you know, I feel like whoever wins that fight is going to be top of the tree. So, yeah, Katie Taylor's, she's the woman.
Right, guys, it's time to finish with our trademark headband challenge. So, JB, how do you feel about taking on a professional?
Well, obviously not good. It's not going to go well, is it?
You got rhythm. You got rhythm.
Yeah, I've got rhythm, but it doesn't mean I can punch a tangerine on a string. You know what I'm trying to say?
If it makes you feel better, I don't do this. And I was a little bit worried about this today. I thought I might be your worst candidate to date, and then I saw a video of Eddie Hearn that made me feel better.
That's fine. That's fine.
Don't worry about it.
As always, you guys will have 30 seconds to land as many punches on the ball. Our current leader is Nick Pete from the Fight to Semifinals, who scored 87. So that's the score to beat. How are you feeling?
Not great. I mean, I'm not sure how that man from Liverpool hit it 87 times in 30 seconds. I'm going to have
He
a
did
word
well,
with him.
you know. I can't lie. Let's do it, man. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Come on, let's have it.
Come on, hitting it harder than you as well.
You didn't know, look.
Oh, no. Gurfy's running in. You said Gurfy.
I'm shaking.
Terms of actual technique.
If you beat me, you lose the European
Come
title.
on.
Loving it.
He's a winner.
Come on.
He's a winner.
He's
He's a winner.
Hope he price eat your heart out.
No, he's talking about.
It's a long 30 seconds.
Hey, listen.
You were too nice out there.
Guys, how did it feel?
I don't know, but I'm a little bit cross-eyed now.
Felt like losing. Watching that felt like losing, I'm going to be honest with you.
What I've got to say is both Jordans, you lot performed absolutely phenomenally. And I've got the results. The results are in. coming in with 81.
Wow!
JB Jordan Banjo.
That's up there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very good.
All right, and I'll say to you, before he went, that put you in 3rd place on our leaderboard, which is impressive. But coming in at the top of our leaderboard, and the new Jordan Gill, 88.
Biggest moment of my career.
Any words for Nick Pete, who I'm sure is watching?
So long, sucker.
Oh my gosh, you guys have been so much fun today, you know. Thank you so much. Let's have one more time for Jordan and Jordan.
Hey! Guys, remember to catch this on the Joe YouTube channel or wherever it is you get your podcast. You've been watching From the Corner, brought to you by Joe and DAZN. You've been listening to From the Corner, brought to you by Joe and DAZN.